Hi, my name is Muhammad Aizah Haikal bin Muhammad Nawi. My metric number is 287736. For assignment 2, our group has chosen the title Consumer Protection Act, which involves the case of misleading MAXIS'S price. In this slide, we will present some elements such as facts of the case, issues of the case, holding of the case, rationale of the holding, and conclusion. I will present about the fact of the case and issue of the case. Firstly, for the facts of the case, this case happened when a customer bought a mobile plan from MAXIS'S and wrote a detailed post on the forum claiming that their friend was offered a much cheaper mobile plan by MAXIS'S than them. The customer involved in this case has been a loyal customer for 10 years, but he has absolutely no privilege in using this MAXIS'S network when buying this mobile plan. However, after trying to get the same offer, this customer decided to switch to another competitors, where MAXIS'S allegedly lured him to get a cheaper offer. This issue arose when one of the social media users using the name Jason5759 revealed that MAXIS'S has cheaper 4G price plan for Sabah and Sarawak in East Malaysia than the rest of the country. The hard difference between the price plans that can only be accessed by certain customers has caused anger among users. Consumers still don't understand how these loyal customers are selected to get cheaper plans than other customers. In the meantime, the company has issued a statement stating that the pricing plan discussed in the post does not exist in the manners described. With the image of the statement from this company, dissatisfaction arose between both parties to the point that it became a case that needed to be discussed in court. Next, for the issue of this case, there are two issues that have been discussed. First, has MAXIS'S breached the Consumer Protection Act 1999 by refusing to provide actual plans or replacement to consumers? This is said because, according to the customer involved in this case, they could not get privilege from this mobile plan network even though they had been loyal customers for 10 years. This creates injustice for customers who have been using the mobile network for a long time. Second, does the target campaign for consumers provided by MAXIS'S meet the requirement of fair contract conditions under the Act? The issue is highlighted because there is injustice for the customers involved in this case with other customers.
Holding of the case. MAXIS'S, Malaysia's largest telecoms company, has found itself in the middle of fierce row with consumer over its offering of significantly cheaper mobile price plans to certain users but not others. MAXIS'S had allegedly allowed him to have the cheaper deal. He then exposed about the cheaper 4G price plans for Sabah and Sarawak in East Malaysia than the rest of the country. The huge differences between price plans that only certain customers can access has caused particular anger, as users do not understand how these particular loyal customers are chosen for the cheaper plans. Hence, MAXIS'S should have noted about this to all their customers about the plan's pricing. MAXIS'S released a statement calling Jackson 5759 post exaggerated and saying the price plan talked about in the post does not exist in the way it was described. Next, Lau said that MAXIS'S give out different offers to existing customers. All banks, telcos and some airlines do this because existing customers are more valuable to new ones. Therefore, we do not advertise about this, not because they are secret, but they are not offered to a new joiner with no history. This case will be tried in court under the Consumer Protection Act 1999, Section 24D, General substantive unfairness. A contract is substantially unfair if the contract or the term of the contract first is in itself harsh, next is oppressive, excludes or restricts liability for negligence, next excludes or restricts liability for breach of express or implied terms of the contract without adequate justification. It is an offence to violate this provision. A body corporate can be fined not more than 250,000 for the first offence and 500,000 for subsequent offence. For a continuing offence, the penalty is 2,000 per day or part of a day.
Okay, for the next part is rationale of holding. First, Jackson 5759 did the right thing by filing a complaint about his dissatisfaction with MAXIS'S pricing plan, and many other users expressed their outrage at MAXIS'S apparent poor treatment of loyal customers. Second, right to seek refund or replacement. This states that consumers have the right to request or refund or replacement for an unfair mobile plan. Consumers must follow specific procedures outlined in the Consumer Act in order to exercise this right. Third and last part, based on the section Consumer Protection Part 2, Price Misleading Indication, a comparison for the purpose of this section is a relevant comparison in relation to a price or method of determining a price that is stated or implied to be, has been, or is likely to be attributed to the goods and service. Okay, for the last part is conclusion. In conclusion, Consumer Protection Acts frequently include provision to address misleading price indication with the goal of protecting consumer from deceptive pricing practices. These provisions are intended to ensure pricing transparency and fairness for goods and service, allowing consumers to make informed purchasing decisions. When business use misleading price indication, it usually involves practices that give consumer the wrong impression or mislead them about the true cost of a product or service. Consumer Protection Acts aim to foster trust and fairness in the marketplace by including provision related to misleading price indication, ensuring that consumers are not misled or deceived when making purchasing decisions. These provisions are critical in protecting consumer rights and promoting a fair and equitable marketplace for all. That's all from our group. Thank you.